a 9-step lesson plan on how to care for a horse at the Grade 2 level. This Grade 2 lesson plan on how to care for a horse utilizes 9 methodical steps. Each step is designed to build upon the previous one, ensuring a comprehensive learning experience that enhances retention and the application of knowledge. Step 1 is gain attention. Engaging students right from the start is crucial for capturing their interest. When introducing the topic of horses, I will ask the question, if you had a horse for a day, what would you do with it? This gives the students a quick look at the topic and creates discussion and thoughts that can be built upon throughout the lesson. To enhance the learning experience and secure students' initial engagement, I will utilize the digital application Padlet. Students will interact with the question by answering in their own words on a digital sticky note. Additionally, they can see what their friends have answered to spark ideas and discussions. Step 2. Define objectives. This lesson plan covers a Grade 2 science learning outcome. Students investigate the growth and development of plants and animals, specifically a horse in this case, and consider their relationship to humans. Objectives should specify the knowledge and skills students are expected to acquire by the end of a lesson. For example, students will learn how to care for their horses by brushing, feeding, watering, and providing other necessary care. Canva provides written and visual aids for students to easily follow along. While I introduce the objectives, I will have this Canva poster displayed on my smartboard. This provides written and visual aids. Step 3. Prior knowledge and recall. Encouraging students to share their existing knowledge fosters engagement and helps create a connection between new and prior learning. This can be done through open discussions or activities such as the Padlet previously discussed. Similar to, but more in depth than my introductory question, I will ask students if they have prior experience in caring for animals, whether horses, cats, dogs, or other family pets. I will ask them to elaborate on what they or their parents do to care for them. For example, what do they feed them, and where do they live, inside or outside? The tool that I will use for this activity will be Figma. Figma works similar to Padlet, where students have access to a shared activity to interact with content. In this case, however, I would set up this activity through a set of rules, where I will be the only person to add sticky notes of their experiences or knowledge. This way, I can eliminate repetition, as it is likely many students have cats or dogs. Students can then interact with stamps to communicate that they agree with or second that specific sticky note. Step 4. Present content. Many of these words would be new to the students or have different meanings than they are familiar with. So I will review each word and what it means in regard to horse care. The important words I would cover are listed here. Real-world examples create relevance and context for students. By connecting content to everyday life, students can better understand the practical application of concepts being taught. I will relate the dentist and vet to how students themselves see the dentist and doctor, and the farrier who trims the horse's hooves, just like students clipping their nails. The tools that I will use for this activity will be a mix of Google Slides and YouTube. After they're familiar with the vocabulary, the students will watch many short, easy to understand videos for each task. The words and definitions alongside the videos will be presented in an orderly manner so students can stay focused and on task. Videos will each only be a few minutes long at most, covering the step-by-step processes on how to groom, blanket, feed, and water horses. These are some of the videos that I would share. Step 5. Provide learner guidance. Clear instructions help students understand what is expected of them, minimizing confusion and promoting focus. At this point, I will introduce to the students the next assignment and a tool they can use for research. Examples provide concrete illustrations of concepts. I will demonstrate to the students a book that I've made with Book Creator, which is the tool for the assignment to be used in the next step, and to show them how to use Kiddle in this step to help them get ideas and do research for their book. I will also use non-examples and teach them how not to do their research. For example, Wikipedia is not a reliable source for information. Encouraging questions promotes an interactive learning environment and allows students to clarify doubts and enhancing their understanding. The main digital tool that I will be presenting at this stage is Kiddle. I will demonstrate to the students how to properly and safely search information up on the web and strategically research answer and how to strategically research to answer their questions and curiosities about horses and whatever topic they want to explore in their book. Step 6, elicit performance and practice. Individually, students will reflect on what they've learned so far. They can incorporate current knowledge or use Kiddle to bring in new ideas and interests about caring for a horse. For example, students can write a book about the steps involved with grooming a fictional horse they've created named Carrots, or introduce a new skill, such as how to tack up Carrot, which is putting on saddle and accessories. This allows them to teach what they've just learned to future readers and further solidifies their understanding. I will constantly walk around the room and engage with students to ensure they stay on task. If I find they are struggling to understand and produce their own work, I will ask them questions to strengthen key concepts or encourage new ideas. Students will use Book Creator to create this book. I will inform them to hold their work to high standard and produce the best quality, as at the end of the lesson, we may publish it through Book Creator. They have the option to use many tools, including audio recording themselves reading the book. I will also use Ben Sound's website to play some calming yet productive music during this activity to encourage them to stay on track and stay quiet for peers to work. This is an example of a book I've created to show the students. You can see at the bottom, there is an option to audio record. This is the Ben Sound website. I like this website and I have played it for myself while creating this presentation because the music is lyricless, so it's easy to follow along with your task or activity. Step 7, informative feedback. Thanks to the creative freedom behind this assignment, the variety of stories allows for students to share their unique ideas with their friends. They can share in pairs, groups, or to the whole class. Students will learn how to give and receive effective constructive criticism. As a teacher, I will provide examples of constructive criticism to students and how to offer it politely through offering my own insight on their individual stories. Their friends can share what they liked about the story and provide constructive criticism to the student who wrote it. Using this, students can self-assess their work, which promotes autonomy and a growth mindset. The digital tool that I'll be using during this time is an online stopwatch candle timer. The digital tool that I will be using during this time is the online stopwatch candle timer. I will allow students, in pairs and in groups, to switch roles as the listener, presenter, and criticizer each time the timer is reset. This ensures that every student is given the opportunity to participate in each role. This is what would be displayed on the board. It gives the students a visual reminder of when the turn would end. Step 8, assess lesson objectives. Formal assessment occurred during the creation and presentation of the student's book, gauging their understanding of the topic and their ability to share what they've learned both through digital assignments and through peer presentations. I will use summative assessment, not in the form of a test, but rather with the book that they've created on Book Creator. This assignment already highlights the key points of this lesson and reflects back to the learner outcomes. How do animals live and grow? And how the students investigate the growth and development of horses while considering their roles as humans. To assess this assignment, I will use a rubric created by Magic School AI as a guide. This rubric covers the understanding of content learned, a focus on organization through steps and procedure, overall design of the book, and the use of technology in creating the assignment. A well-done assignment should effectively teach or inform the reader of a specific topic that the author found interesting. This is the prompt that I gave AI, and this is the rubric that it generated, focusing on the major points about the assignments that I highlighted. Step 9 is enhance retention. This step is one that I sought to incorporate during the practice and feedback sections, encouraging the students to adopt an approach to teaching the content that they found most interesting. This improves their confidence and autonomy in their learning and encourages retention of concepts. Game-based learning during a period of review is also a great way to enhance retention. Once all other activities are completed, I plan on sharing a Kahoot with my students that reviews the key concepts and topics. They may play competitively against their classmates to receive the highest scores by answering the questions correctly and efficiently. This is an example of a test that I've created. It's got a couple questions, I think about up to 10 at this point. In conclusion, the 9-step lesson plan serves as a structured framework to improve teaching effectiveness and student engagement. Each step, from gaining attention to enhancing retention, plays a crucial role in creating a dynamic learning environment that fosters understanding and the retention of knowledge. The implication of one or more digital tools during each step captures students' attention and ultimately aids in effectively delivering a long lasting lesson. These are the digital tools that I've used in this lesson plan in the order of appearance.